What kind of men do you surround yourself with? If that man wasn't in the top 5, then maybe you should look for another job or something. And you're absolutely right. So let me lean on your wisdom and just ask, which job should I take? The one with the male boss who would yell at, insult, and berate the female employees until they were in tears? Or how about the other job, where the CEO openly told me that any resume he suspected from a woman under 40 was immediately thrown in the trash because he didn't want to pay maternity leave? Or maybe the job with the colleague who got a woman so drunk she could barely stand, insisted he was going to put her in a cab to take her home, and instead took her back to his place, to then ply her with more alcohol, sleep with her, and ask me to lie to his wife about it. Or maybe it's the job with the boss who told a newly hired woman on my team that she needed to get on her knees and pleasure him. Or maybe it's the job with the boss who insisted on having work meetings at a bar and then would take off his wedding ring so that he could hit on the waitresses. I have dozens of more examples from my 2-decade career. And if you think it's just me and the places I've chosen to work at, then I'm going to challenge you to talk to the women you know. Talk to the women you work with. Ask them. Say you're genuinely curious. Have they ever experienced harassment or sexism in the workplace? Then listen. And if none of the women you talk to have stories, then feel free. Continue to dismiss me as an outlier. But if they do, and I'm willing to bet that most, if not all of them, will have multiple stories for you, then you're going to need to accept that you're wrong on this. But I'm also willing to bet that you won't end up doing that. Those conversations will never happen because you already suspect that this is the case. You know full well that most women have encountered multiple men like this. So the question is, who benefits? Who benefits from you advocating on their behalf, from trying to convince us that these abusive men are not commonplace? I'll give you a hint. It's not their victims you're protecting.